Alvaro, good morning. This is your attorney. You're on mute.
¿Ahí me escucha?
Sí. Well, you need a court interpreter, sir? ¿Quieres que te traducen? ¿Alguien que te traduce? Muy
Sí,
bien.
por
Ahorita
favor.
les aviso.
Ok.
¿Lo puedes poner en silencio de nuevo?
I'm here.
Okay, thank you.
Buenos días, mi Alex.
¿Qué onda, señor? ¿Cómo estás?
Pues bien, gracias. Hace mucho que no te veía.
Sí,
Bien,
ya
¿verdad?
teníamos tiempo. ¿Qué onda? ¿Cómo están?
Pues bien, gracias. Imagino que has de tener un juicio o algo porque creo que ya tengo, esta es la segunda semana, esta es la única audiencia que tengo ya en Zoom. Todo es en persona.
¿En serio?
Sí,
Estamos así como que hay casos híbridos, vamos.
sí.
Hay juzgados que lo están manejando así de esa forma. Pero todavía, la 107, por ejemplo, todo es Zoom.
Sí, me dijo la secretaria del juez que van a tratar de seguir haciendo todo por Zoom.
Sí, con excepción de los juicios y audiencias grandes y todo.
Sí.
Pero sí, a ver, ¿cómo sigue esto? En China supuestamente se puso súper grueso, ¿no?
Sí, que tienen toda una ciudad en cuarentena.
Sí.
Pero es que también las vacunas que les han dado no son tan efectivas. Cuando es como la vacuna, como la rusa, la Sputnik. Por eso en realidad no dejaban a los rusos viajar y luego pues la guerra no les ayudó. Pero en realidad la vacuna esa pues no sirve para nada.
Órale. Pues sí.
Y es el mismo problema que en China, pues la verdad las vacunas pues no son tan efectivas.
Como las de acá.
Pues tengo un amigo en Centroamérica y estábamos platicando y me decía, no, es que la vacuna, y le digo, pues bien fácil, ¿te quieres poner la americana? ¿Te quieres poner la que hizo México en Argentina o te quieres poner la rusa? ¿Verdad? Sí, de esa manera.
Tan sencillo. Bueno, ¿y la mexicana cómo resultó?
Pues no sé, pero sé que la estaban fabricando con Argentina.
Con Argentina.
Y te voy a decir, hay muchos laboratorios alemanes y austriacos, ingleses en México, ¿verdad? La Schering Plough y todos estos producen mucho medicamento en México. Pero pues no es lo mismo desarrollar una vacuna a ya tienes un método y nada más vacilases, ¿verdad? Claro. La receta. Una cosa es experimentar y una cosa es hacerla.
Claro. Bayer, por ejemplo, que es Bayer, o sea, de la aspirina y todo eso, es alemán.
Sí, y están en México.
Y están en México.
All right. Good morning, everyone.
Morning, Judge.
The 357 District Court will start court session today. For today is Wednesday, April 6, 2022 docket. Starting with civil hearing 2022 DCL 282 Javina Davila. Ms. Hernandez Garcia.
Good morning, Your Honor. Erin Hernandez Garcia here on behalf of Mr. Alvaro Zavala Avina. We do need an interpreter. We have an agreement.
All right, Mr. Solis.
Sir, I'm here.
All right. Where's Mr. Davila?
Señor Dávila, ¿dónde está?
Zavala, Mr. Zavala.
Señor Zavala.
I'm sorry.
Sí, buenos días.
Yes, Mr.
Yes, good morning.
Raise your right hand.
Días.
Levante su mano derecha, por favor.
You solemnly swear from the testimony you will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
¿Jura decir la verdad y solamente la verdad? ¿Lo jura usted por Dios?
Lo juro por Dios.
Yes, I do swear under God.
Ms. Morales, unmute yourself and raise your right hand too.
Señor Morales, por favor, levante su mano derecha y quite el silencio.
You solemnly swear from the testimony you will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
¿Usted jura decir la verdad y solamente la verdad? ¿Lo jura usted por Dios?
I do. Thank you.
Sí, sí, así es.
You don't need an interpreter, Ms. Morales?
No.
All right, well, then you just hear along and you understand Spanish, right?
Yes.
All right, let's go.
All right, thank you, Judge. Mr. Alvaro, can you please state your full name for the court?
Señor Álvaro, ¿puede decir su nombre completo para que quede levantado en actas?
Nombre es Álvaro Alán Zavala Avina.
My name is Álvaro Alán Zavala Medina
Avina.
Avina.
Ujú.
Are you presently married to Tanya Jocelyn Morales?
¿Está actualmente casado usted con Tania Jocelyn Morales?
Sí,
Yes.
Have you been residing in Texas for at least the last 6 months and at least the last 90 days prior to filing this divorce in Cameron County?
¿Ha estado viviendo usted tan siquiera por 6 meses en el estado de Texas y 90 días en el condado de Cameron antes de llevar a cabo la presentación de esta demanda de divorcio?
sí,
Yes.
Were you married on or about June 30th, 2010 and ceased to live together as spouses on or about November 2020?
Dejaron de vivir. I'm sorry, Ms. Garcia, I lost it and I cannot find my pen. I'm sorry, Your Honor. Okay, can you please repeat that? I'm sorry.
Of
Did he
course,
say he
of
just
course.
lost his mind? What did he say?
I lost
No, he lost his pen, Judge.
my
okay.
pen, Your Honor.
I
Not
said,
my
oh
mind,
my
not yet.
God. Oh my God. Someone heard mind. I said, oh my God, what, Garcia, what did you do to the poor soul?
It wasn't me, Judge.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I will repeat. Were you married on or about June 30th of 2010 and ceased to live together as spouses on or about November 2020?
Se casaron ustedes el 30 de junio del 2020 y dejaron de vivir juntos.
It was married on June 30th, 2010 and separated November 2020.
Se casaron el 30 de junio del 2010 y dejaron de vivir juntos en el 2020.
10.
Yes.
Yes.
Has your marriage to Tanya Jocelyn Morales become insupportable because of discord or conflict of personalities that destroys the legitimate ends of the marriage relationship?
El matrimonio con la señora Tania Morales ha llegado a tal grado de insoportabilidad por conflicto de caracteres entre las partes que destruye la legitimidad del mismo matrimonio, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
Is there any possibility that you all will reconcile?
¿Hay alguna esperanza de reconciliación?
No.
No.
Were there any children adopted?
¿Hubo producto de este matrimonio?
Sí, 2 hijos.
Yes, 2 kids.
Okay, well, let me repeat the question. Were there any children adopted?
¿Hubo algún niño adoptado?
No.
No.
There were 2 children born of the marriage, correct?
2 niños nacidos de este matrimonio?
Sí.
Yes.
Alan Zavala, a male child born June 16th, 2011.
Alan Zavala, nacido el 18 de junio del 2011.
16 de junio, sí.
June 16th.
Correct. And a female child, Areli Zavala, born December 13th, 2013.
Y Areli Zavala, nacida el 13 de diciembre del 2013, ¿correcto?
Correcto, sí.
Yes.
Now, with regard to possession, access, and visitation, you and mom have reached an agreement. Is that correct?
En lo que se refiere al acceso y posesión de usted y mamá ya llevaron a cabo un acuerdo, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
It will be a joint managing conservatorship, and mom will have the primary right to designate the residency of the child. Is that correct?
La tutela va a ser conjunta y mamá va a tener el derecho de decidir dónde van a vivir los niños, ¿correcto?
Sí.
Yes.
You are going to have a standard visitation, aside from any agreements that you and mom enter into. Is that correct?
Usted va a tener estándar, las visitas estándar, de acuerdo a la ley, y aparte de cualquier acuerdo al que lleguen usted y mamá, ¿correcto?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
You all have agreed that child support is going to be $800 per month beginning May 1st, 2022. Is that correct?
¿Ustedes están de acuerdo que la cantidad de manutención de menores va a ser en la cantidad de $800 mensuales iniciando el 1 de mayo 2022, ¿correcto?
Correcto. Yes.
Correct. Yes.
You all have agreed that mom will continue to hold the vision and dental through her employer, and you will have 30 days to obtain medical health insurance for the children.
¿Están de acuerdo ustedes en que mamá se queda con proporcionándoles el seguro de visión y dental Y usted va a conseguir el seguro de gastos médicos para los niños y tiene 30 días para hacerlo, ¿correcto?
Sí, correcto.
Yes, correct.
As far as property, you do not own any real property.
En lo que se refiere a propiedad, ¿ustedes no tienen bienes raíces?
No.
No.
You're asking this court to award whatever personal effects each of you has to the person in possession.
Y están solicitando ustedes aquí presentes que los artículos personales que estén bajo la posesión de quien estén, cada quien se quede con lo suyo, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
You will be each awarded any bank accounts, retirement accounts, or life insurance that each of you hold in your name.
Cada uno de ustedes se va a quedar con sus cuentas bancarias, se va a quedar con sus cuentas de jubilación, deudas incluso, todo lo que esté a nombre de quien esté, se queda con ello, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
You are going to be awarded the 2017 Honda Accord along with any debt associated with that vehicle.
El Honda Accord 2017, usted se queda con él y junto con cualquier deuda que lleve consigo, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
And she will be awarded the 2020 GMC Terrain in her possession along with any debt.
Ella se queda con la GMC Terrain y con cualquier deuda que vaya consigo esa misma, ¿correcto?
Correcto.
Correct.
Do you believe that this is a just and right division of your property?
¿Usted cree que esa división del patrimonio conyugal es justa?
Sí.
Yes.
And do you believe that the parenting plan is in the best interest of the children?
Y la forma que se va a llevar a cabo en cuestión de lo parental es para el mejor interés de los niños?
Sí.
Yes.
And are you asking this court to grant you a divorce today?
¿Y está solicitando aquí al señor juez que se otorgue este divorcio?
Sí.
Yes.
I pass this witness, Your Honor. Just a few questions for Ms. Morales.
All right.
Nada más tengo unas cuantas preguntas para la señora Morales.
Ms. Morales, can you please state your full legal name for the record?
Señora Morales, por favor, ¿puede decir su nombre completo, por favor?
Tania Jocelyn Morales Dávila.
Tania Jocelyn Morales Ávila. Dávila.
And Ms. Morales, did you listen to everything that I read into the record?
Señora
Yes,
Morales, ¿escuchó usted perfectamente bien todo lo que yo leí en el acta? Sí.
She doesn't need an interpreter. She speaks English.
Oh, but he doesn't.
Oh, well, that's too bad.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right.
You want me to do it or not?
No, yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
Okay.
He doesn't. But he's agreeing to what he said. Anyway.
Was all of the information that I read into the record accurate, and does it reflect your agreement?
Toda la información que se leyó en el acta es correcta y está de acuerdo al convenio entre ustedes.
Yes.
Sí.
And are you expecting a child at this time, ma'am?
¿Está esperando algún bebé en este momento? No.
And do you agree that the parenting plan is in the best interest of the children?
¿Y el plan parental es para el mejor interés de los niños?
Yes.
Sí.
I have nothing further, Your Honor. We ask the court to grant the final divorce in this case and sign the final decree that has been submitted and accepted by the court.
Okay, thank you. The court will take additional notice of all documents and file in this case. The court will find that it has jurisdiction by virtue of the domiciliary requirements of the family code. The court, having heard the evidence of testimony and evidence of petitioner in support of his petition for divorce, hereby grants the divorce as prayed for, and hereby approves the agreement of the parties regarding, with respect to and related to the visitation of the children, the child support of the children, the medical support of the children, and the parenting plan. And the parties awarded their personal property in possession. Anything else?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
You all have a good day. Buenos días.
Thank you, Judge.
Tengan buenos días.
May we be excused, Your Honor?
Yes, have a good
Thank you,
day.
Judge.
Thank you. Buen día.
All right. We've got Styles versus Jose Hernandez et al., 2019 DCL 4592. Plaintiff's motion to compel and motion for leave to file a responsible third parties. All right, what do we have on the compel?
Judge Frank Sable for the third party Fred Loy Insurance Company.
Okay,
And Lucas Williams here on behalf of plaintiff,
all right,
David Styles and Kaylee Gautreaux.
all right. So as I understand it, you've served written notice on Fred Loya Insurance to produce you documents and things, insurance file and what have you, and they have been dragging their feet, or they have not produced anything?
They haven't produced anything. They basically said we don't want to, and they haven't filed the appropriate documents. You know, for
Let me
for,
short circuit this. We'll produce the policy. I think it's been done as of yesterday.
well, I haven't received it, but I do know we specifically requested by TWQ certain documents from Fred Loya. They said they didn't want to give it to us. That's not an appropriate response, and that's why we're here.
The document has been produced to the record service as of yesterday. If it has not, or it doesn't get to Mr. Williams in the next week, I'll get it to him.
All right, well, here's where I'm at. The lawyer will provide and produce all those documents that were required in the notice of intent to take the written question, the deposition by written question. We'll give you 1 week to comply.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, with respect to the motion for leave to file a third party designation of third responsible parties, what's going on with that? Why all these parties? This case is almost 3 years old. You're kidding me, right? That you guys could not discover that potentially all these other people you're attempting to designate at this 11th hour, were all may have had some responsibility in the claims that were filed by the plaintiff. What happened here? Why are we trying to add 4 more parties when this case has already been 3 years sitting in my files? Whose motion for leave to file is this?
Your Honor, this is Jason Lesser for Gulf Point and Gulf Point Master Association. This is our motion for leave to designate the responsible third parties, which the rules require we do so prior to 60 days for trial. I don't believe it was actually set for hearing, as the rules don't require a hearing, and the parties were aware of all the individuals in this motion. Just per the rules, we had to file this as a formality 60 days
to
before
designate
trial.
them in a jury trial, in the jury charge.
One more time, Your Honor. Sorry, I didn't hear you.
That this designation is for the purpose of them being included in the jury charge.
Yes, just for percentages, Your Honor, but not liability.
So that we won't have any discovery with any of this. So the court will grant it under those conditions. Any objections from anybody?
Yes, Your Honor. There's certain deadlines for us to file a response, and I would have to look through it. One of the things is whether or not it's timely. Their motion to designate, or their motion for leave to designate, I would need to look through to see. I haven't looked through to see whether or not it's timely.
Well, I don't know. Was this set for today?
No, Your Honor.
Well, you just gave me the thing. But no, but was this the motion to designate third party was not set for today? All right. Well, never mind. She just gave me the order, everything you filed, and it was in there. So I apologize for that.
Yes, Your Honor. One housekeeping matter. There was a
that was a preemptive strike. Sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. There was a motion, a summary judgment. I think it was by submission back in February, and I was just going to see if there's a ruling that's been made on that.
Well, thank you for alerting me to that, because you know what? In February, I gotta admit to you and admit to all counsel of record right now that the court has a little behind due to my re-election campaign, and I had to put a lot of stuff on the back burner while I took care of that business, and having come out relatively unscathed from that, I will get on it immediately. What else is pending that I have not ruled in this case?
Judge, that's it.
Judge, as the Cesar de Leon, sir, I was appointed as the ad litem for 2 of the parties that they couldn't find. About a year ago, I was released by the court. I think I brought it up to the court that there's really no point to having that litem on 2 of the defendants that they couldn't find. I was under the impression I was released by the court, but I'm still on the mailing list. I'm still getting all the notices. So just as a housekeeping matter, I was going to file a motion.
Take Mr. De Leon off. Take him off the mailing list. He's been relieved of the responsibility some time ago. He shouldn't be getting any more notices from this case. Make sure you make a note for the clerk. We'll take care of that, Mr. Leon.
Thank you, Judge. So I'm formally excused from
Yes,
this case.
yes.